Don't I have a ripping episode for you today? We're talking about the power of the mind. I truly believe that any success that you create in your life, any adversity that you overcome, is from the power of your mind, the perspective, okay, how you view things, what you choose, or the meaning that you choose to give those events, obstacles, adversity that happen in your life. Ask yourself this, and think about this. I want you to think about how old you are. For me, it's 31. I then want you to think about how many years of experience you have at living. Probably the same answer as your age. How often do you spend reflecting, not reminiscing, but reflecting on events that you've had and extracting lessons from those experiences or events in your life? You are so much more capable. You have so much more experience and wisdom than you believe. I guarantee you it. One of the most upsetting things to me is the fact that so many of you live such busy lives that you're going from one thing to the next, that you never take stock of what it is that you've achieved up until this point. The things that you've experienced, the lessons that you literally have in the palm of your hand to better improve your life. But there are so many key warning signs that maybe they're signaling to you why you may not feel happy, right? Why you may be extremely successful, why you may be overweight, or why you may be extremely fit, why you may be able to deal with adversity more than others, or why you may struggle with stress. There is so much that you can learn from your own experiences and your response to things that should you choose, okay, it's a choice. Should you choose to slow down, reflect, and extract those lessons, you can literally win in your mind, because elite performers win in their mind. And you listen to this podcast because you want to be elite at what you do. I need to have a quick drink. I was chatting with a bloke from Canada yesterday, and I hope he's listening because he's someone who inspires me. And he was asking how our academy works. And there are so many programs out there that, take you week 1, do this, week 2, do this, week 3, do this, etc., which I think is awesome. But it's also having your hand held. There comes a point that if you really want to take responsibility for your life, right, you will have given thought into the things that you enjoy doing, the things that you don't, the people that you love hanging around with, the people that you don't, what makes you happy, what makes you sad and stressed. And when you start spending that time to think, you're going to have a greater level of self-awareness, right? And the more self-aware you are, I truly believe, the better you can perform in your life. So I want to work with those people who are not always looking to stack one thing on top of the next. The people who are going, look, I know that I may need to slow down and look at my own life, look at my own habits, address some thoughts and behaviors in order to move forward. We provide a framework, right? The Academy provides a framework, and what that framework is get yourself as fit as you need to be, right? So build the body that you need to build, and build the mind that you need to build to have the quality of life that you need to have. We provide the framework with the accountability, with the real conversations that are talking about relevant topics that you may be going through or other men may be going through, right? This keeps it front of mind and may even highlight things for you that could show up in your life eventually, or you may even be already experiencing. But you then get the flexibility to build your life or build it into your life, right? You get to set the goal, something that is going to move you towards a vision, right? Because when you understand the power of your mind, right? And the power of belief. Belief creates vision, right? If you truly believe that you can be, do, or have anything that you want in your life, right? You then have a vision that is so much stronger than most people, right? You believe that you can create the wealth that you want. You believe that you can have the relationships that you want. You believe that you can have the business that you want, right? That belief creates your vision. The belief creates resilience, right? You know that when adversity comes or setback or someone says no to you or a partner breaks up with you, you still believe that what it is that you were setting out to achieve is possible. It's just a speed bump. Right? Nothing is going to stop you. And if you want to be an elite performer, you fucking need that. You need that resilience. Once again, like I was saying in the last episode, it really upsets me how many people lack mental resilience, right? The first hurdle, they're fucking falling over and it's like, bro, pick yourself up. You are so much more capable than you're giving yourself credit for. It's easy to stay down. And for all those woke folk out there who are saying, this is this toxic masculinity. No. There is a time and a place to be vulnerable. There is a time and a place to express emotions. And I think it's so healthy to do so. But there is also a time and a place where you need to push yourself, where you need to work harder. Because, think about it like this. If you were about to default on your mortgage and you had 3 kids and a wife at home, would this be the time where you go, I can't do it anymore, I'm really upset and sad? Or would this be the time where you go, look, I am upset, I am sad, and this is extremely stressful, but I really need to rally together here. I need to be resourceful and I need to help my family. Personally, I'd be going with option B. I'm more than happy to put my hand up and say I need help and it's a stressful time and it's upsetting, all of that, 100%. That's emotion. We all feel it. But the meaning that I want to give to that is like, okay, to get through this, what do I need to do? To get back to being happy, to get back to feeling more balanced, what do I need to do? And that all starts with that mindset, right? I'll share a quick story. So as a young fella, from a young age, I was, excelled in running. 800 meters, for anyone who likes that. It's 2 laps around a track. Brutal, absolutely brutal. But I became obsessed with it. And when I was 10 years old, right, most people go, 10, you're still a kid. I was a kid. I won my first state title. So I won the Queensland titles here in Australia. And I went on to nationals. At nationals, I think I did make the final, but I think I got second last or last. Didn't do too well. Anyway, for the next couple of years, I was like, I'm elite, like I'm top in the field, but I kept failing at the last hurdle. At the States, I got a 5th, I got a 4th, but I didn't get back into that Queensland team, into that state team again. Anyway, a couple of years later, I made it back. And this whole time, even though, don't get me wrong, I had setbacks, I had moments where I blamed people, I carried on like a little boy because I was, but I still had this belief that I was a good runner, that I could win a national title. And go along a couple of years, I made it back into a Queensland team. I won my heat. I made it into the finals. And all of a sudden, the guy who, once again, hadn't been on the scene for a couple of years was back in the thick of things. And because I knew I could do it, I had visualized how I was going to run my race. I visualized what it felt. I had belief and I had a vision. Right? This is the power of belief. I ended up placing second. Right? And I believe I could have won that race. I'm not going to blame. I accept how I ran my race. But I do believe I was good enough to win it. And a lot of that started with, even though there were setbacks, I still put in the work even when I didn't feel like it. I went to training. I got up early. I had a few injuries, but I kept going because the vision that was pulling me was I wanted to place in the top runners in Australia. That's what I worked towards. So don't underestimate the value of or the power of belief. Now, I believe everything is a trainable skill. I truly believe this. Emotional intelligence, self-awareness, communication. I fucking know it because I've been working on that myself for so many years, and I can give you multiple examples of how emotional intelligence has improved my quality of life. Emotional management, has improved my relationships. Learning to communicate has improved my relationships, my friendships, my podcast, so many things. And this is coming from a guy that 8 years ago mumbled, couldn't express how he really felt when I felt people were picking on me or I felt lonely. I turned that into rage. I turned that into aggression. Now I can recognize what's going on. Now once again, I'm not sitting here saying I'm perfect with it. I've just got better control and better understanding of it. How I choose to respond in every given moment is different. But I do believe everything is trainable. I do believe that you can become an expert in your health and fitness. I do believe that you can get yourself to a position where you love who you are. You feel an abundance of energy, an abundance of vitality. I do believe that you can have the most incredible relationships where you feel valued, where you feel so connected, if you're willing to put in the work to learn the skill. Right? The power of your mindset to go, hey, one, recognize, this is what I need to improve in order to get X outcome. I have the power of belief that I can learn this skill. It may not happen overnight, but I will fucking learn it. And by learning this, you will have a better quality of life. So think about it like this, and I'm going to finish up there, short and sharp. What you believe drives what you do. So if you don't believe you're capable of success, if you don't believe you're capable of communicating well, if you don't believe you can have the body that you want, it's not going to happen. You're not going to back it up with the right actions. Because what you do, the actions that you take, determines what you achieve. So think about it. I want to summarize this again. What you believe drives what you do, and what you do determines what you achieve. So when your belief is strong, you perform smarter, better, and with greater resilience. And it's true for every area of your relationships, of your life, business, education, personal relationships, whatever. Your beliefs are either going to empower you or limit you. And we all have beliefs. So take stock of what your beliefs are right now and ask yourself, is this one empowering me or is this one limiting me? What do I need to do to change that to? Or what can I change those limiting beliefs to in order for them to be empowering? Thank you guys for tuning in once again. Do something today to be better for tomorrow. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you share it. Tag me on social media, The Man That Can Project, Lachlan Stuart, and please take a moment to leave a review. Every time you do that, like I said, and I say every week, that it will show other blokes out there who are looking for a podcast that will help them improve their quality of life, that people like yourself are getting value from this. Thank you so much for listening.